What's up, everybody? Joseph Whitbesinger here. I want you to like this, comment, and share. If you agree that Western civilization is being erased, if you're America first, like this, comment, share. Anybody else who wants to watch this, feel free to comment, like, and share. Is there a shadow government? I don't like the term deep state. Shadow government. Okay? As Americans, as part of the MAGA movement, we tend to hear the word deep state. It's not the bureaucracy in DC. Those people have no power. Why would they? Per se. Okay? It's not the CIA. CIA ain't bossing nobody around. They're an arm of something. Think the CIA director has more power than the president can fire him? See, Alan Dulles and Kennedy. People say, oh, well, yeah, you know, that's why Kennedy died. He pissed off Alan Dulles. Nope. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. will tell you the CIA exists for the corporate world. The CIA exists for the corporate world. Why do we, in all these wars, all this shit, have a big Navy for America? Used to be. It used to be. It started out good, my opinion anyway. There's people that even doubt that. Anything that starts out with inalienable right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness is A-okay by me. That's what the Pope was talking about this week. So, there's a good chance that you can find the names of the families that run this world for the last 400 or 500 years. And a book called The Committee of 300. Good chance. For sure, no. I've read parts of it. I've listened to a couple of videos on it today. It's hard to read these things on a phone. And some of this he's never going to be able to prove. But he gives a list of 300 names. And it's funny, because Carroll Quigley, and he says one of the organizations that's a major arm of the shadow government is the CFR, Council on Foreign Relations. It's funny, because the archivist for the Council on Foreign Relations, Carroll Quigley, who mentored Bill Clinton, wrote 2 books of note here when we're talking about this. Tragedy and Hope, and the Anglo-American Establishment. There's my knocked out teeth. Got punched in Puerto Rico a while back, and I finally had to go. Another good video today, more balanced. The way I would like to do it. I'm not taking everything that guy says at face value. Sounds about right, only because I thought of it. I ended up researching the East India Company in Britain and finding out that they had a bigger army than the British Empire themselves. All through reading Wikipedia shit. I said, man, where'd all that power go? Where'd all that wealth go? People are coming in. What's up, Jason? Italian Dragon Michael, Johnny Williams. AI says we're debating the concept of a shadow government. Share your thoughts. That's about right, AI. You nailed it that time. The last time it was off. Better watch this AI shit too. That shit is up to no good. No good. Because if you read the people that are honest about it, they're trying to hack humans and make us part machine. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's the next evolution. It's the Tower of Babel. The Pope already said it. Is the Pope in on this shit? Not really. The modern popes might be a little bit. The popes have fought modernity, the excesses of it, for fucking centuries, saying, hey, meaning man thinking he doesn't need God, modernity. So, funny thing is some of the people on Quigley's list of Cecil Rhodes' secret society are some of the names on the other cat's list. A lot of it, most of it, is the Lords of England. And then some families you probably never heard of. Not all of them. What do they own? East India Company. I think the king owned that by himself. The King of England. He's the King of England. They were kings of a global empire that far surpassed Great Britain, far surpassed England. What did it delve into? Modern multinational corporations. It is what it is. It is what it is. Who's in on it? No idea. Are those names of real people? Probably. Could he prove it? I don't think so. But common sense would tell you something that powerful, that was way more powerful than the British Empire itself, and had its own army, its own spy network. Did it just disappear? It folded up? Bullshit. Bullshit. Then you get into the Venice theory, that the Venice financial interests got up there in England and the Dutch, whatever all that means. Some of that seems credible. I was watching some videos today. I don't know how much of it's proved by history. So let's get a few things out of here. Is it, quote, the Freemasons? Was a lot of these people Freemasons? Probably. Does it mean, quote, Freemasonry is some sort of worldwide cabal? I don't think so. The Jews. Is it the Jews? Very few Jewish people are on that list. If I was on that list of a shadow government and I didn't want to be found out, I'd blame somebody. Throw it all out there. I really don't think they give a fuck if anybody knows anymore. It's so far, what they're trying to do is so far down the road. And for whatever reason, they're out there, race, Western civilization. I read something that they feel like they control the Oriental races more because they've always been subject to some sort of control. Who knows? Now, you can learn all this. We're talking about they, who they are, and then you can say, you know what, I feel pretty powerless. I was a little dejected walking around today. I realized, you know what? God. God controls shit. They know God controls shit. God can bump off anybody he wants. But you also got to get your head out of your ass. And look, I'm a MAGA Republican. Notice I didn't say Trump. MAGA. He just tapped into something. He didn't create it. He tapped into a bunch of pissed off ass people. A bunch of pissed off ass white people, mostly Midwestern and Southern and rural. Pissed at this transgender shit. This critical race theory bullshit. White people should be ashamed of themselves. Fuck you. Fuck you. Why would they want to erase Western civilization? No longer serves their purpose. Great Britain served their purpose for a while, or England did. Turn that into Great Britain. Use that up and spit that out, looks like. Then used America. What was in Britain? Coal. What was in America? Oil. Use it up, spit them out. Use them up, spit them out. And if the whole Venice thing's true, I already said this in another video. Venice is not even a Western. It's in Italy, but it was part of, there was no Italy at the time. It was part of Byzantium, the Eastern part of the Roman Empire. And when the Ottoman Turks kicked the crap out of Constantinople, the Eastern capital, in 1453, there was a steady ass whooping of Venice by the Ottoman Turks, and it took their trade routes away. They couldn't get through the Ottomans anymore. So if you can't go east, where are you going to go? West. Ta-da! All of a sudden, they're up in the Netherlands and Great Britain doing voyages to the west. Compete with Spain. Venice was not subject to the Pope. They always told the Pope to fuck off. I watched enough about that today. I think that's legitimate. It's its own little autonomous, it's a major trading center. And supposedly, whenever it dried up there, they transferred all their money up. I don't know if they moved or not, but their money, that money from there went up into Great Britain and the Netherlands. Now, who controlled part of the Netherlands? Habsburgs. Who controlled Spain? Supposedly one of them talked one of the kings of England into telling the Pope to fuck off and to start his own church. And the rest is history. Pissed off the Habsburg, because that was his wife. She was a Habsburg. And then his second daughter ended up being Queen Elizabeth. Mary was first. They had to get her ass out of there. And then there's Elizabeth, and then you got John D. telling her that as the head of the Church of England, she would have more power than the Pope someday, which was laughable. Laughable. Shortly thereafter, the Spanish Armada got sunk. Of course, I learned today the English one got sunk a year later, 1689. Had she clipped the Pope? Nope. It wasn't until Garibaldi snagged him up in there 1871, I think that was. Lost the Papal States. That was the way the Pope supported themselves. And the Pope's essentially been a king. Some of it good. Some of these fucking emperors are assholes, bro. It's good to have a check. Checks and balances. The Pope had to give up all political authority to get them to leave him alone. Allow the Vatican City to become its own country, and the Pope could not speak politically. It's an agreement was made. I've read enough about that to know that. Per se, not like he used to. They don't want the Pope involved in politics. He's a king or an emperor. Was. Did a good job most of the time. Better than this horse shit. I'm Catholic. I'm a Knights of Columbus. I don't believe everything the Catholic Church teaches, but I like their moral stances. At least the ones they used to have. They're starting to get into this transgender bullshit too. That's what a shadow government is. I've been wondering about this shit for years. I read this book 2 years ago. It hit home a little bit. But then today, sitting there thinking about all this. Now, practically, in America, if your problem is Western civilization erasure, the only solution, and I was sitting in jail and read this in the paper, is these classical schools. There's only a couple hundred in Florida, some in Texas, and they're getting it where it doesn't have to be private. You can use charter schools to do it. Classical education. Western civilization. I'm going to share a photo in a little bit of screenshots of an article where a Yale-educated woman was given the part to play in the movie The Odyssey and said, "Oh, I've never heard of that." A Yale student has never heard of The Odyssey? That ain't good. That ain't good. It means it's not being taught anymore. That's part of Western civilization. It's not just Christianity, okay? It's Greek and Roman. The Greeks and the Romans had a lot of good stuff. The founders quoted Greeks and Romans just as much as they did anything else. Cicero, the one, the few, and the many. Jefferson said there was 4 main influences on the Declaration of Independence, and one of them was Cicero, who taught that any one of those 3 branches can become tyrannical. So it starts at home. What are you going to do? Well, one, I'm going to get this channel popping, and that's my thing. It's a civilization erasure. And I don't want to go back to school per se. I tell you, I could raise money for this shit, or at least get the shit out there. That's it. There's the solution. Otherwise, this shit's gone, man. The public schools is all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Teaching a bunch of bullshit. Has been for 100 years. Just a bunch of shit. What did it say somewhere? Some guy in all this shit, one of these clubs and controlled by the shadow government, said, we're going to get it till we teach you snow is black. We're there. They're trying to convince you snow is black in the public schools. It's just all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Going in there teaching these kids about transgender. The curriculum's all bullshit. The philosophy behind it's all bullshit. It's no good. That's why things are as fucked up as they are now. Because the public schools, they're horse shit. It is the number one thing that this shadow government has done correctly to be able to do whatever they're trying to do. Whatever they're trying to do. People think they know what they're going to try and do. There's a guy named Jay Dyer out there. He's read all these, what he calls the elites. None of them are on that list. They're fucking puppets. They're fucking puppets. But he calls them the writing of the elites. The elites are telling them what to write. Or tell them to go figure out, hey, here's what we want done. How are we going to do it? And look, I don't give a fuck how powerful you are. Okay? There's 6 billion people in this fucking world. There's no way you can know, like, try to corral that mess. All the factors in that shit. They went in nation building in the Middle East. Realized, you know what? This ain't working. Looks like we might be trying it again. I don't know. Old Trump. Is Trump a part of this shit? I don't think so. I think he knows who these assholes are. He probably has some sort of relationship with them. They definitely do not like nationalism. They're globalists. People are taking shots at Trump, bro. He pissed somebody off. They wanted Kennedy to do something. He wouldn't do it. Was it Vietnam? Who knows? They seem to think so. Because the President of the United States answers to the shadow government. Everybody in the government, whether they know it or not, I think most of them have no idea. Until somebody comes and says, hey, don't do that. Get some blackmail on them. What do you think Jeffrey Epstein was doing? Why is that such a big deal? Everybody's got a skeleton somewhere. So I'm going to say something here. Hopefully it doesn't get me banned. Other than the dumb fucking shit that comes out of his mouth, it's just stupid. He doesn't mean it. Nick Fuentes. He does not mean, oh, Hitler's cool. He's trying to get a reaction out of people. And it's stupid. It fucking undermines him. He's young. That's what he thinks he has to do. Oh, well, I want a following, so I'll go say some outrageous shit. The rest of it, the white people shit, he's exactly right. If we keep letting these illegal fucking aliens in this fucking country, the white race will be extinct. It's okay. It's your race. Whatever your race is. Black people are allowed to say it. Our community. Let a white person say that. You racist piece of shit. He said he's not for genocide. But man, he's gonna watch the stupid shit he says, or he's some sort of fucking plan or plug or whatever. Fucking shill. Doesn't seem that way. Maybe, but he's, you know, when they start banning you everywhere. Ugh. Now, is it the Jews? This has nothing to do with the fucking Jews. One way or another. So that I'm going to disagree with them on. The Jews were a hated fucking race for most of the time they've been in this country. They worked their way out of the ghettos and into whatever they had. They're just good with money. There's nothing wrong with that. Got one trash can. I guess I'll walk out here. See if this internet holds up. So there it is. Go do your own reading. Civilization erasure. Is that true? If so, my take, come up with a way, get these schools, or maybe I'll do some sort of online shit. I actually had one of the schools I taught at, there was a curriculum, I think it might have been classical. It was in a book. And the lady that was pushing the shit got the principal to agree to, I gotta piss. Principal to agree that we could use it as a supplement. From what I remember, it was good shit. That's it for now.
Yo.